temperatures bottoming out, I think, around 16 at Spring by Friday morning at 7 a.m. Then we add in the winds. Gusts up to 40 miles per hour, potentially early Friday morning, and this is what it will feel like outside to expose.
Hey guys, we have a very dangerous Arctic vortex coming to Houston on Thursday afternoon. Last year I thought I did my part to protect the outdoor faucets and sprinkler system, but both copper pipe and PVC pipes cracked and I ended up incurring some water damage inside and also had to completely replace the sprinkler back pressure valve and PVC pipes. With potentially 5 to 6 days of freezing temperature racing towards us, I've decided to take more protective measure this time and wanted to share with you on what I've done so far. First, wrapping the sprinkler system with several thick towels wasn't really protecting it from deep freeze. So this time I bought this R13 insulation from Home Depot for around 28 bucks. This is 3.5 inches thick, 15 inches wide, and 32 feet long. Next, I turned off the sprinkler scheduler. In fact, I unplugged it because one time I swear I had the sprinkler system come on while it was turned off. Next, I cleared out some small tree branches that are coming over from neighbors' trees. Next, I closed the main shutoff valve that feeds the water. When I fixed the sprinkler last time, I actually wanted the shutoff valve to be underground so that I can completely empty the water out of the pipes in the winter. But Home Depot and Lowe's didn't have this big enough sprinkler box at the time. Next year, I'll move it underground. Next, I removed the plastic caps and opened the release valves by rotating the screw 45 degrees, and that released the water. With the main shutoff valve closed, no water is being fed, so I'm going to leave these release valves and two other shutoff valves open. At this point, I had planned to run the sprinkler briefly to empty out the water from these above ground pipes, but I only remembered it while editing this video. So I just went out and tried it, but no water came out. Haha, probably because water is not being fed and I've already released the water out of the vacuum valve. Or it could be also because I attempted to vacuum out the remaining water earlier. Not sure how much water is left in the pipe, but the vacuum did suck out some water. Next, I cut the large plastic sheet into two pieces, one to go on the bottom so the ground moisture doesn't work up to the insulation, and the top piece that'll cover the insulation. Next, I wrap the entire sprinkler system with the insulation twice, so it'll be protected with 7-inch thick insulation. With the air pockets in the insulation, hopefully this provides much better protection than wrapping with just few thick towels. Note that the pipes are already wrapped with the foam insulation already. Since the insulation was only 15 inches wide, I had to add a second layer on top of the first one. Note that I'm wearing a mask, not because of COVID, but because I think you don't want to be breathing in this insulation dust, and also had to separately cover the top as well. Next, I wrapped the entire insulation with a plastic sheet to protect against the rain and wind and to keep the puffiness of the insulation. As I was doing this, I tied the insulation and outer cover sheet with strings multiple times so that it doesn't come apart in strong wind. Note that I tucked the bottom plastic sheet inside of the top sheet so that the moisture doesn't collect inside. I already have foam cup insulation over the outdoor spigots and duct taped them tightly to the brick wall. Note that I'm using the Gorilla duct tape. It's more expensive, but this really sticks to the brick wall well, and it won't come off until I take it off next spring. This faucet is on the cold north side of the house, and the foam cup insulation didn't stop the inside copper pipe from bursting last time. So I'm going to add this thick insulation on top of the foam cup. Hopefully this will survive this time. I have three outdoor faucets and I did the same for all. While at it, I also wrapped the neighbor's sprinkler system with the same insulation. Afterwards, I moved any outdoor plants that I want to try to save into the garage. If we lose electricity again for extended period like last time, we are going to have indoor pipes burst. So here's what I'm going to do to minimize the damage should that happen. Right before I go to sleep at night, I'm going to close the main shut-off valve in front of the house and then turn on all the faucets to empty the pipe, so that if we lose electricity while sleeping, the pipes will be mostly empty and hopefully will not burst during the sleep. And each morning I'll open the main shut-off valve slowly while checking to see that there is no leak in the house. Also, I'll collect few buckets of water for emergency use like washing, flushing toilet, etc. Lastly, I bought a portable generator after last freeze, but haven't even tried it yet. So I need to get that working and prepare some fuel supply. Hopefully, we don't lose electricity again. Stay safe, everyone, and please share your valuable tips on surviving this Arctic blast.